A lot of Europeans doubt that there is enough space for Chinese civil society to flourish, and I think it's a legitimate point of view. At the same time, we know that there are reformers who want to give Chinese citizens more voice in public policy making and implementation. So by sharing European experiences through dialogue and cooperation, we can actively support Chinese civil society organizations.
Seven organizations from Europe and China have embarked on a journey of collaboration. They will implement 8 dialogues, 2 international conferences, and 16 participatory public policy initiatives.
Labor relations and working conditions in China have been in the international focus for quite a while. We will investigate how a more efficient and sustainable relationship between European and Chinese civil societies can be developed. To this end, we interviewed academics and practitioners at the EU-China Civil Society Dialogue on Informal Work and Migration, which was held in Bonn, Germany, from the 12th until 14th of November 2011. We asked participants in the dialogue forum about their experiences working with Chinese NGOs. Jean-Philippe Béja shared his experiences of engaging with China in general and with Chinese civil society organizations in particular.
Mostly from a theoretical point of view and just doing some field work with NGOs, but not really taking part in organizing NGOs. I've been working with some migrant workers NGOs and observing how they try to protect the rights of migrant workers, and they are trying to develop legal aid for Nongmingong in Beijing. I've been also studying a few other labor-oriented NGOs in Shenzhen and in Guangdong.
Cai Chongguo, co-worker of the Hong Kong NGO China Labour Bulletin, told us his experiences of cooperating both with European and Chinese NGOs.
我主要是在香港，在做一个非政府组织 NGO， 然后呢，我们一方面跟欧洲的很多 NGO 合作，然后呢和国内的很多 NGO 合作。 这是主要是在保护劳工的权益方面，也好比说有的工人他们受到很不公正的待遇那么我们呢就利用这个欧洲的跟 NGO 的资金去找律师去帮他们打官司，然后呢也请工人过来，我们一起做培训，做集体谈判。我在这个欧洲也住了很多年。 那么和欧洲的 NGO 接触呢，还是学到很多东西，就是说怎么样建立公民社会，提高公民的意识。这个公民意识在中国这个地方呢，那就是主要是靠我们自己和来解决很多问题，保护自己的权利。这个从这个欧洲这边学到一些观念，同时呢，也寻求一些资金上的支持。
During the dialogue forum, we learned that it is not easy for European civil society practitioners to work with Chinese NGOs. Dr. Nora Zausmikat from the German Asia Foundation told us about challenges of building up interpersonal trust through collaboration.
Well, usually if you do projects in China, you have to include government officials, and it's always good to ask your Chinese partners to give some suggestions, to put forward some names. And we as the German Asia Foundation have made quite good and some bad experiences with collaboration, because it needs much time to build trust, and trust is a very much the core important element in collaboration with Chinese institutions or NGOs. And yeah, this is sometimes working out, sometimes not working out, and I also think that the biggest difference in working styles is really how to deal with time, and this gives us a lot of pressure in Europe, because we are not really used to the Chinese NGO working styles.
The question I'm asking is, how is it possible to organize in an autonomous way without government intervention to try to protect, to create a space where the rights of migrant workers can be defended, can be protected. So that's the kind of subject I'm interested in. And it's very difficult for NGOs. They have to strike a balance between being used by the government and being seen as enemies of the government. So it's a very, very narrow path that they have to follow.
We also asked for suggestions how Europeans can engage with Chinese civil society.
We need to get informed, to really try to inform yourself on the basic structures of how to organize in China, because it's so different, and many people just take their concepts to China and try to build collaboration with a lot of prejudices in their minds. And for this, I think it would be necessary to have a kind of training on both sides, on the Chinese side on how European civil society developed, and on the European side the other way around.
The EU-China Civil Society Dialogue has provided concerned academics as well as civil society practitioners from Europe and China an opportunity for better communication and mutual understanding. During the 3 days, participants raised key issues about informal work and migration and came up with 4 action plans, of which 2 follow-up initiatives will be implemented with the help of the Institute of Civil Society at the Yat-sen University throughout the first half of 2012.